GCES did not pay bestofIndianaCounty.com or participate in the creation of the contest or results tabulation of the voting.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Gathered in the studio with me this morning, three distinguished gentlemen, as we talk about the donation last week of First Commonwealth Bank of their building in downtown Indiana to Indiana County. What does it mean? Where does it go? Well, the building stays right where it is, but there are going to be all kinds of things happening there. Our conversation this morning with Dave Reed, Mike Keith, and Byron Stauffer, Jr., brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Tom.
Good morning.
It's good to have you all with us here today. Dave, this was a momentous occasion for the county, I know, and I assume for First Commonwealth Bank as well. This was a big one.
Yeah, it's an exciting opportunity. You know, the stars aligned with, you know, the chamber looking for a new location, the Tourist Bureau being open to co-locating if the right location was found. And from the bank's perspective, you know, post-COVID, you know, we have more of our folks who work remotely, particularly on the operations side. And, you know, let's be honest, people just don't go into branches quite like they used to. So that massive 7,000 square foot branch, you know, wasn't going to make sense forever for us. So this seemed like to be an opportunity to ensure that building, and it's truly an amazing building for folks who haven't been in it, the historic nature of it is going to be used for the greater community good. We're going to build out a branch right down the street, a little bit smaller, a little bit more modern, so no employees are going to be impacted. But we're pretty excited to see the new partnership forming with the Tourist Bureau, the Chamber, in downtown Indiana.
It's really going to be exciting. Mike Keith, I suggested that when we hold our vault promotion in the summer times now, we know where to go because there's an actual vault down the street.
Here you have lots of room.
There's all kinds of different possibilities, though, for the building. From the county standpoint, there are a lot of things you can do there.
Most certainly. And again, thank you goes out to Dave Reed and First Commonwealth. Definitely, it was in the making for a while. It's been discussed. But this is one of the things that I've always said, you know, think out of the box, you know, and this, because there's always opportunity. And again, this is perfect opportunity for these three entities to actually come together to work as a group. Mm-hmm. You know, when people come to Indiana, either visiting or even look to move to Indiana or even businesses, I mean, this moving, you know, you go to planning first and you start talking, but the visitors and everything, it's a different attitude, you know, a different way of looking at it. And so now, you know, as they are before, they had to go different directions. Now you get everything, you know, one place, one shop downtown.
Yeah. And when you think about it, that those three agencies coming together and whatever happens with the building in the future, it really is just a tremendous advantage to have a building of that quality. And that history in that building is really an attractive thing for downtown Indiana and for the county as a whole.
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, there's I know Laura, Mark, and Sam. I know that they've already been thinking in different ways of which direction and everything to take this opportunity for them. You know, but again, there's opportunities that actually go up beyond that. You know, for instance, we have people coming in, businesses and everything, to meet with the senator or maybe with the representative. Again, downtown Indiana. Beautiful location to move in, and all your answers could be, you know, given to you right there.
Yeah. Byron Stauffer from the Center for Economic Operations standpoint, the County Office of Planning and Development. There are some major ramifications as well for Indiana County. This can be an asset that is used for a number of different purposes in planning and just opportunity. Mike used the word opportunity. It really is, isn't it?
Yes, it really is, and you know, my role throughout this, you know, is really, you know, working with the bank and the three partners and putting the deal together with the county and you know, the Indiana County Center for Economic Operations. You know, it's the five key affiliates with the county, the chamber, the Indiana County Development Corporation, the Tourist Bureau, and IUP. So it's really an opportunity, you know, as we collaborate and market Indiana County for business attraction, business retention, and growth, that again, when we make that first impression, you know, because part of the project will be to, utilize the teller line and the space behind that for state-of-the-art conference and a lot of AV and flexible tables so that we can have board meetings and presentations and those kinds of things, and bring people in and showcase Indiana County, as well as, on the tourism side with all the events downtown, and having a warm spot and public restrooms are on the calendar, or on the agenda to try to put in. So there are a lot of opportunities for engagement, and not only the residents of Indiana County, but those visiting and those businesses that we like to attract here.
People probably don't have a real concept of what it takes to invite a big organization, a major supplier of jobs to Indiana County. You think of the urban plant, you think of all of the different manufacturing facilities that there are around Indiana County, and to get them gathered in this one place, it's more than just throwing a little flashy impression at them. This is a real workable center for helping to bring all of those things together, the elements that are required in one place to bring a company in here.
Yeah, I've been doing this here a long time, and what I've found over the years is once you get somebody here, we often don't compete relative to demographics and population and those kinds of metrics that are out there that people would look at on paper or on the internet. But when you get here and you meet the people, you see our downtown, you see the communities, and you see the opportunities here. Bringing urban here and working with Dave when he was state representative, was key. Is bringing people on the ground, getting them here, and give them a chance to see what we have here. And people are so amazed, particularly our downtown and our community. It's a beautiful place. We have great people, and there's a lot of opportunities with the university, with our banks, with our independent hospital, with our energy sector. So there's a lot of opportunities here in Indiana County, and certainly our manufacturing base, as you mentioned. And when you see it and touch it and feel it and listen to it, people do get impressed, and people are excited about being here in Indiana County.
Yeah, and Dave, from a practical aspect, it's not as if First Commonwealth Bank is deserting the downtown. You of course will have the new facility, and you've got the existing facility now. But First Commonwealth Bank still can be involved in that action at that building because you and other institutions around Indiana County, you remain a vital player in attracting businesses to our area.
Yeah, this really won't change anything for us from an employment or commitment perspective. In fact, we'll still have 6 buildings in downtown Indiana. So that's a lot of facilities in today's day and age, including the old courthouse complex, the sheriff's house, and the jail. I'm just kind of excited. First Commonwealth traditionally sponsors the It's a Wonderful Life Festival, and, really just can imagine what this facility can be up on light up night for the community, all those thousands of people coming in from Western Pennsylvania, Central Pennsylvania. It can really be an amazing, welcoming environment. So we're excited about the partnership. We're excited what it does for the community. Grateful for the leadership of the commissioners, for Byron, for Joe Pittman, Jim Struzzi, everybody who kind of came together with the Tourist Bureau, with the Chamber, with downtown Indiana to make this a possibility. I think there are really good things to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike Keith, from a creative standpoint, getting that building shaped just the way you want it for all of the different agencies that will occupy it, and for the many different plans and possibilities that are there, Indiana County is just full of all kinds of creative people, and so you've got a lot of resources to draw upon for what the final product looks like. I don't know what the design stage is at right now, but I'm sure that there's a pretty high level of excitement about what it can be.
Yeah, honestly, I think Laura and Mark and Sam are probably in that design stage right now. And again, they're the ones that are going to be in that building. But, on the outlook of the future, once we get in there and see what their plans are and everything, I'm sure everybody else's light bulb's going to turn on and find different ways. I mean, there's also a full basement down there that's, beautiful, office space and everything. So, there's a lot of great opportunity there to happen, and I'm sure it's going to turn around to be that.
Well, if they're arm wrestling over who gets what space,
I think they've already planned that out.
My money's on Laura, so she won.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it just potential is a word that we toss around a lot, but potential is something that looks at the future. and we're here right now. So watching this unfold over the next weeks and months is really going to be a fascinating exercise, I think, for all of us. And Byron, I don't know what sort of involvement your office is going to have in making this a complete picture, but I know that you probably share the same excitement we have.
Yeah, well, I think the Indiana County Office of Planning Development, on behalf of the county and our collaborative role with the CEO partners, will work. I shared with the commissioner. I've already spoken with architects and some contractors that have actually worked, in the building, and so we have a due diligence period. And as the bank does its work up the street with the new branch, we'll be working towards plans and specifications. So I'll probably be organizing all of the three tenants and working with them on a lease between the commissioners in each of those entities, and then actually probably having a role on behalf of the county relative to the actual design and putting it out to bid and all of that administrative work that goes with a construction project.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave, let's end with you this morning and talk about what happens with First Commonwealth Bank and people who want to use their banking services that formerly used that particular location, because you've got some plans.
Yeah, we do. And it'll actually be less than a football field away. We've got the building right across the alleyway from the Coney. So we are going to build out a smaller, more modern branch in the front of that building. So people will they'll walk less than a block down the street. They'll have access to a full service branch. There will not be any gap in services. We won't exit the building until the construction is done. And we've already started meeting with contractors and put together some architectural plans for that building. So we expect, that'll take, a number of months to get through the permitting process and the construction process. But that branch will be fully operational by the time we turn over the keys to the county. So there won't be any gap in services or anything like that.
Yeah. And from our standpoint, we'll just have to direct people to a new location when they see our First Commonwealth Bank message center on our building and they come here looking for the bank.
You're just going to have to change the numbers after the 6. Instead of 600 Philadelphia Street, it'll be 654.
And we'll figure that one
out.
We'll figure that one out. Gentlemen, thanks for the visit this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Todd.
Appreciate it.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. CBS Sports coming up with Mr. Boomer a couple of moments away from now. But we need to get this morning's Money Matters report in, and with Consumer and Business News, here's Aaron Real.
Bitcoin hit an all-time high on Tuesday. This comes after the SEC approved the exchange-traded funds that hold the cryptocurrency back in January. The SEC's approval led to a cash infusion after lending legitimacy to the digital asset. The cryptocurrency is over $68,800 for the first time since November 2021. It's more than tripled since January 2023, when it was trading under $20,000. 4 former Twitter executives are suing Elon Musk for unpaid severance. Matt Mattinson has the story.
The suit claims they're owed $128 million in compensation. Musk is accused